How in the hell did the AJ Brown trade? When you got that
How'd
phone
you
call,
fleece
or
that?
however.
Well, at the time, I'm not sure everyone felt that way. I think AJ, one incredible player, and he was a guy that really we had spent so much time on going into the draft, and really fucked it up by not taking him in the first round. We should have. And then you get an opportunity to bring him here, and in this city, and how he's fit in, and the kind of player that he is, and just a different kind of receiver. Some guys, they hate to be tackled. Some guys, they're really hard to cover. When you put those two together, it's freak show city, and that's the kind of player he is, and the person he is, how he's fit in, and the things that he's done to fit into this community, him as a teammate, being named captain here. I mean, incredibly proud to see that. And so, a lot of times you bring in guys, and free agency's hard because you're bringing them into your culture. They're veteran guys. It's different when there's rookies and you can raise them from the beginning. But I mean, seamlessly fit in. Obviously had a relationship with Jalen before that, but having him and Devontae and their relationship, and seeing two guys who are selfless, they just want to win. And I think you see that. If AJ has a great game, Devontae is the first one congratulating him. When Devontae has a big game, AJ is the first one congratulating him. So it's a beautiful thing.
Take me into, if you can, the war room as those kinds of trades are going down. You're sitting in the first round. Who's calling who first? Do you call the Titans first? Titans call you first?
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, John Robinson, heck of GM, feel like still should be a GM in the National Football League. I understood where he was and financially what he was trying to do, and really trying to figure out a way to make a win-win situation, because we had a quarterback at the time on a rookie deal. That the interesting thing was that we had the trade done, the terms agreed to in the morning, but we had to get a contract done with him. And so, and at the time, we started with 3 first-round picks in that draft. We traded one for a future pick with New Orleans. We still had 2, and basically I said, John, if we can't get a contract done, we can't do this trade. We can't trade you a 1 and a 3 for 1 year of a player. We got to get a contract done first. And so we trade up and we get Jordan Davis. Our contract's still not done. And John's like, well, what are we doing? What's going on here? And so after we picked Jordan 12th, I think the pick we ended up trading was 18th. Between 12 and 18, I'm trying to finish the contract. And so nobody knew except a couple of people that we were even doing it, because I said, imagine this falls apart. I'm going to be the GM who can't get a deal done with AJ. And so at that point, when we finished it, it was about pick 14, and the deal was done. And I turned to Jeffrey and Nick and I said, we're gonna surprise our room when we're on the clock. They don't know anything about it. And so, when we get ready to pick, I'm just gonna say, hey guys, we're picking AJ Brown, and they're all gonna look at me like, what the fuck's going on? But they're gonna be excited as shit. And so it was really fun. It was great energy. It was really I can't even get to 5 on the amount of people who knew in our building because of the contract situation. It was cool.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's a crazy
Not so
story.
much fun when, we're trading up, getting Jordan Davis, and we're still a few $1 million apart. But congratulations to Torrey Dandy. And
when it's that big of crunch time, are you just basically get on the phone with the agent and agent, like a 3-way call, be like, okay, we got to move here?
Yeah,
it's
basically you can't mess around. I think the longer I'm doing it, the more important it is to just be upfront, and just basically, this high-low game, it doesn't really work. You got to really tell people where you're coming from, and so there really shouldn't be a lot of time where you're going back and forth. You're starting high, you're going low. It doesn't make any sense. Here's what we think is good for the player. Here's what we think is good for us. Let's do something that's win-win,
Yeah.
and that's what we're really trying to do in every trade that we're doing, every contract we're doing. I like it when we make trades and teams get what they want out of it too, because, it's a fraternity. There's not even 32 GMs, because some owners are GMs, but you look at it and you want those guys. You want them to do well, just not at the expense of us.
My last question, what is your favorite? Yeah, you heard that.
So
Okay.
What time is it? You know what? I'm okay, because I got shit to do after this, so I can't sit in a 30-minute team meeting right now. So don't tell. I'll tell Nick, but yeah.
Your favorite, because that story was awesome. Your favorite negotiating, your favorite negotiation win story that you look back on and you're like, man, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this one.
I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, like anytime you get deals done and your players are happy and they're excited about the deals and they feel good about them, I feel like that's a win. It's never good. We're never looking to do a deal where players feel like they're mistreated or misrepresented or disrespected. There's no win in that. At the end of the day, you're then creating a culture where people don't feel appreciated and respected. So if you look at a lot of our deals on our players, they're at the top of the market. I mean, you go through our team, and whether you're talking about Lane or Jalen or AJ, these guys are at the top of the market. When we're doing them earned, they earned the right to be that. So I think from my perspective, it's never good when you're in a situation where people feel like they were taken advantage of. Certainly not the players that you're counting on to win games, to be part of your franchise. So I don't know. I feel like anytime we complete something and when we get a smile from our player, or they feel appreciated, I mean, I think those are the best wins. And I'm really not bullshitting.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, to me, you have happy players, you have players that feel connected to this team, this organization, and it gives you your best chance to win.
You've done some incredible things here in your tenure, but one of the most incredible things you've done is put 2 white DBs in your backfield on defense.
The exciting
Pretty
whites.
incredible. Now, I know Reed Blankenship is in the last year of his contract. What does it mean to the city of Philadelphia to have those 2 back together again?
Oh, jeez.
Are we going to have the exciting whites in the
yeah,
backfield in the
Gotta
future?
keep
We're kind of
them
putting you on the spot.
I mean, shit.
We'll throw in, Bussin With The Boys will throw in $40.
You think about how dumb I am that I actually let Reed become a free agent. The guy had 412 tackles at Middle Tennessee State. I mean, 412. Think about that. I mean, that is unbelievable. And you're talking about a position that relies on instincts and ability to make plays. And we risked not getting him in the draft. And then Coop, another one where it's like, we're sitting there and we're thinking when we're picking 22 last year that he's probably going to be our pick. We didn't think that Q would be there at 22nd. Felt very fortunate. And then we just started trying to trade up and getting those 2 guys. And, the amazing thing, unbelievable athletes, unbelievable players, but even better people. And, you look at our secondary, and obviously we took some losses in our secondary, some veteran players who have played incredible ball for us, and we're going to miss those guys. But seeing how those guys work, how those guys lead, the chemistry those guys have, as well as Q and our young guys in secondary. I think now, we started training camp before we signed Agba, and now we just made a trade for a guy who's going to be 25. I think we had 3 guys over 25 on our defense. Damn. And you look at our Super Bowl team in 2022, 0 of the 11 starters are on our team. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Thinking about 2022 and playing in the Super Bowl, and here we are starting the 2025 season, and we have 0 of them. Now, we have won a game, so that doesn't mean it's worked out or it's good, but even just thinking about how quickly this league moves in that situation, it's just mind-blowing. But having those guys, having a bunch of these guys who played together at Georgia, the chemistry that they have, the defensive energy is unbelievable. Obviously, Vic's a heck of a coach, and just really excited to see those guys play and get into action. Can you believe football season's here?
We've been talking about it over.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Have you gotten to enjoy the celebrating the Super Bowl long enough? Are you ready for the season to start?
It's funny. You talk about Philly, and I got 4 kids, 3 boys, and my youngest, about a week after the Super Bowl, was playing a travel basketball game about 30 minutes away, and his name's on the back of his jersey. And I came a little late, we were doing free agency meetings, and my wife kind of looks at me and she goes, yeah, Carter had a little incident. And I said, what happened? And so she goes, ask him. So after the game, and I don't know what happens, and he kind of played out of his mind for him. So I was proud of him because I'm a little hard on him. And I said, what happened? He goes, Dad, I get on the court and some adult yells at me, hey, Roseman, tell your dad to get to work and stop dismantling the Super Bowl team. And I'm like, hey, buddy, you tell him we just won our 2nd Super Bowl. And she goes, whoa, what are you telling this 11-year-old to say to this adult? See, I get mad. I was so mad about it. So, I think from our perspective, it's hard to not continue to want to put your head down, work hard, At some point, you'll be sitting on a dock somewhere and you'll think about all of these moments. But in this league, when you're in it, you want to maximize every moment because everyone's got an expiration date in this league, whether it's players, whether it's coaches, whether it's general managers, and so you got to have that urgency. And the minute I lose that urgency, someone else should take my seat.
Yeah.